I decided to just go over all of my settings, if that makes sense. So first off, we're gonna start off with the controller settings. My button layout, I got it flipped, which means that the top two bumper buttons are my fire and my aim. Only because it's faster, in my opinion, especially using pistol right off bat and resurgence. Way quicker responses. And then my jump is LT, only because I like the mobility and I like to be able, to jump instead of moving my finger off the thumbstick and pressing A. Um, yeah, another way you can do it is here. If you want to flip it, totally up to you. But yeah, these are my button layouts. Um, I got my vibration off, and then I got my dead zones. Basically, the max for both sticks are by preference, by how you want your sticks to, or the game to respond to your movement on sticks. And then for the minimums is basically your stick drifts. If you have anything past like 7, I recommend to get another controller. Um, Maybe not 7 actually. Maybe like about anything past 10, because that's pretty wicked in my opinion. But if you don't have it, it's totally fine. But yeah, these are my dead zones. People don't recommend to copy dead zones because it's totally dependent on your controller. So I would say mess around with the maxes, and see how you like it. It's kind of what I did. Moving on, we're gonna go to the graphics real quick. I have this off. Basically, my graphics, I want to just turn everything off so that I have a better response time. Whether that affects my FPS or just my game connection, this totally, like turning everything off kind of helps it out. So yeah, got my FOV 120, first person 50%, 100%. Got this off. My brightness, I have a monitor, so I got an LG monitor, and I'm not too sure specifically what it is. I should know, but I don't know. But yeah, I just basically mess around with my brightness. I'm having a hard time seeing in buildings when I'm outside and looking through windows or doors because it's fairly dark, and I always have to like play around with it on here or my monitor, because yeah, I don't know, it's very difficult to see. For my audio, I got the bass boost. Right now, my headset is one of the Xbox's one. I think it's like around $30 or so, if I'm not mistaken. Um, I mean, I've had this for about 2 years now, and it's doing fairly well. I feel like if anything, the pads on top of the earphones definitely are worn out. But I am on massive volume 40. I kind of turn off all the unnecessary stuff like the cinematic musics and yeah, gameplay music volume. Dialogue, I have it at a low, so enough so I can hear it, but it's not enough where I can't hear footsteps, which is why I have my effects volume at 100. Voice chat at a 40. Um, yeah, I got all this pretty much on. And then in my last video, this like if you're streaming from a capture card, this means that your live can hear the game chat, and then this just means that only you can hear it. So definitely give that video a check if you guys want to learn more on how to live stream on TikTok at least. After that, I'm pretty sure the color customizations. If you want your game to look pretty interesting and like different, definitely recommend trying to play with this. So the enemy marker also affects the way that your hit markers are. So for example, you're shooting at an enemy, it's usually red when you finish or get a headshot. In this case, mine would be purple. I like purple, so that's why I got it at purple. But yeah, your team can be blue, party green. Everything's pretty much simple. This also doesn't even make a difference on the way that your visuals look. It just looks cool. But I didn't really touch this because there's so much colors to look at. However, Coming down to the color filter, I got color the filter 2, got mines to both, and pretty much everything at 100, my intensity and color intensity, or world and interface color intensities. So yeah, and then mini map shapes, rotation, crosshairs, I like to play it on, but I also like playing it with just the center dot, only because the crosshairs, I don't know, it's like too much for me, so I definitely just use a center dot. I got my hit markers on. This is also on. This I kind of play with because, you know, like for the guys that can't see inside the rooms that it's too dark, this sometimes the full names would help it out, or campers, you know what I mean? So this is dependent on you. I don't know about the icon only because sometimes it's hard to see it, and I always mistaken enemies for my teammates. So yeah, definitely put it on abbreviated if you want that, if not full name. Stamina bar on, and then this here, if you want to see your latency, I have mines on. I don't have a full-blown PC, so this is the only options I got. I got packet loss. I don't really turn this on. I'm only concerned about my latency. But yeah, I think that pretty much runs through my settings. Yeah, if you guys have any other questions, you know, let me know. Comment down below, and we can do another video on something else, on either classes or just the way I play, what kind of stuff I look into, YouTubers that I watch and try to mimic. Definitely can do something like that for y'all. So yeah, drop it down in the comments below if you guys want anything else. Other than that, you guys have a wonderful evening. Much love, ahui ho, and malamopono.